We're in the polytunnel now, and we're growing some beans in here this year. Trying some runner beans. Quite unusual to grow them in a polytunnel, I suppose. It does have the advantage in that you can get earlier crops. And these were sown only about 3 to 4 weeks ago, and you can see they're already quite big plants. Planted them just a few days ago, and they're a heritage variety called Black Emperor. I've not been able to find out very much about them at all. They're pretty rare, I think. We've all heard of Scarlet Emperor, which you can buy anywhere, which is another great old variety. But these ones are black ones with lovely black shiny seeds. And when they first came up, they had quite nice purpley sort of tips to the shoots. So I'm really looking forward to getting some pods off of these and seeing what they're like. I'll probably save most of the seeds and not eat too many, as there aren't many around. If anyone knows anything about Black Emperor, do let me know. I'd like to know more about them. But anyway, growing them in the tunnel, so they've been planted for a few days now. Got a normal bean support going up for them. What I'll do is let them get to the top of the support. Got quite a nice lot of headroom in this tunnel, so they can go up about sort of 6 feet or so. And I'll pinch the tips out. They've started off in root trainers, which is sort of just deep trays. And a little bit of fertiliser in the soil, a little bit of planting fertiliser, a few pet-friendly slug pellets around them, I have to say, just to keep the snails off. We get an awful lot of snails in the polytunnel. The other thing I'm going to do now is just sow some companion plants for them. I've got some nasturtiums here, which I'm going to put in, but also we're going to get some tagetes put in as well, and I've got some borage seeds growing too. Couple of reasons for that. Because we're growing in a polytunnel, won't be many bees and things about, perhaps may not find them quite so easily being inside, so I shall leave the doors open and hope that the flowers help to bring the pollinators in. Also, nasturtiums, they do say, will help to keep black fly off of your beans. We've got the runners here, but we've also got some dwarf French beans in front which are growing, so I'm hoping the nasturtiums will attract the black fly. They're a sort of sacrificial plant. The black fly goes to them instead of my beans, or at least that's the hope. So we'll see how that works. We'll come back and have a little look later in a few months' time and see how we're getting on with that. But we'll just sow some nasturtiums, and they're very easy to grow and don't need much fuss really. Nice big seeds, so even I can see them. And we'll just pop them in about the size of peas. We'll just pop them in about 3 or 4 inches apart. Cover them over and let them grow. And hopefully they'll just fill this space here between the beans, attract the bees and the other pollinators, and as I say, try and hopefully keep the black fly off. So I'm also going to plant some tagetes as well, which reputed to help keep whitefly at bay. So again, hopefully a bit of pest control, but also bringing in the pollinators too. So we'll just let these grow, as I say. Once they get to the top of the supports, we'll pinch them out, and then the key really is just to keep watering. This polytunnel hasn't been up for very long, so I'm going to set up a watering system soon, which will help with the watering. Must keep them moist, and also once they start cropping, pick them regularly. That's really important. The more you pick them, the more pods you get. But they're quite thirsty, hungry plants, so I've got plenty of fertiliser in the soil to start with. I'll give them a dose of tomato food now and again when I'm watering my tomatoes through the summer. But otherwise we'll just keep picking them, and hopefully, even from a small row like this, say heritage beans, I didn't have very many seeds to work with, but hopefully we'll get a decent crop from them.